Hi guys, my name is Tokir Ahmad and I welcome all of you on my YouTube channel Paramount Academy for English Language. I hope you would have enjoyed and benefited my past videos. Today we are going to talk about a very important grammatical unit, that is difference or disparity between participle and gerund. This is very important to know. Participle and gerund. We are going to talk about, first of all, I am going to tell you that what is a gerund, what is a participle. Clear? Then I shall tell you about the use of gerund. Clear? How many uses there are of a gerund, or how many function does a gerund perform in a sentence. Then we will be talking about the participle. You know that the participles are of three types: present, past, perfect. So today I am going to tell you only present participle. What does it do in a sentence, how it is used. So before proceeding, I request all of you, if you are new on my channel, please subscribe it. If you are already enjoying and benefiting yourself from my YouTube channel, like and share it. So I hope it would be of great incentive for me to provide you as more as I can. So let's proceed. Gerund. When we talk about gerund and participle, as I told you that today we are going to talk about the difference, today we are going to talk about the disparity of clear between gerund and participle. We are going to talk about disparity. We are going to talk about disparity and differences that a gerund or a participle share. So first of all, when we talk about the formation of gerund and participle, I'll tell you side by side. V1 plus ing. What's the gerund? V1. Clear? We use first form of verb, present form of verb, lexical form of verb. Same is the case with participle. V1 plus ing. Most of the students get confused when they are confronted, when they face this situation. Clear? That if V1 plus ing is a gerund, V1 plus ing is a participle, how would we be according to students? Most of the time they come to me and ask that, sir, how would we be able to recognize? How would we be able to discriminate, differentiate? How would we be able to recognize that either this is a gerund or a participle? So I'm going to tell you that only the function, the use of participle and gerund in a sentence clarifies its status in a sentence. Means that you will be able to know either it is a gerund or a participle only when it is used in a sentence. So gerund is apparently V1 plus ing. It means that verb, first form of verb plus ing, as you write that playing, writing, sleeping, moving, V1 plus ing. Same is the case with present participle. But gerund is called verbal noun. VERBAL, verbal noun. When we talk about participle, that is called verbal adjective. Verbal adjective. What does it mean? If we talk about gerund, verbal noun, it looked like a verb. Sleeping, so raha hai. Clear? Most of the student understand that this is a verb. No. If it is functioning as a noun, then it is a gerund. So verb, it looks like a verb, but it does the function of a noun in a sentence. I'm going to tell you again. Gerund, V1 plus ing. It is also called verbal noun. What does it mean? That gerund looks like a verb, but it functions as a noun in a sentence. What happens with participle? Participle is called verbal adjective. Again, apparently when we look at it, It looks like a verb. It looks like a verb, but it works as an adjective in a sentence. So how? Let me write an example for you people. I saw a dancing girl. Second example is she likes dancing. Now you can see dancing V1 plus ing in both examples. You can see that I have told you earlier that so far as formation of participle and gerund is concerned, we don't find any disparity. We don't find any difference. We don't find any discrimination, any difference. Clear? V1 plus ing, V1 plus ing. Then how would you be able to recognize? How would you be able to locate? How would you be able to identify that either this is a verb, this is a gerund or this is a participle? Now look, as I told you that your participle functions as an adjective in a sentence. Clear? By looking at the first example that I have cited for you, I have jotted down for you on the whiteboard. I saw a dancing girl. Clear? So here, dancing, V1 plus ing. Dancing. Clear? What type of girl did you see? Dancing girl. Now the function of an adjective is to tell you more. Clear? To modify, to signify your noun in a sentence. Here, girl is your noun. Girl is your noun. So, as you know that your adjective precedes your noun. Your adjective precedes or comes before your noun or a pronoun. So here, girl, clear, is your noun. And dancing, V1 plus ing, it is telling you something about your noun. Clear? So here, dancing is your participle. But it is functioning as an adjective in a sentence because it is telling you something about your noun, that is a girl. So, when V1 plus ing, it functions as an adjective in a sentence. Clear? This is definitely your participle. Although it looked like a verb, but it functions as an adjective in a sentence. Second example is, she likes dancing. Now question, subject, verb, object. When we talk about the structure of English language, sentence structure in English language, you will be knowing very well that subject, verb, object. Here, she likes, what does she like? Dancing. Clear? Dancing here, you can see that your object could be a noun or a pronoun. No other language item. Only noun or pronoun could be your object in a sentence. So here, your V1 plus ing, but it is functioning as a noun in a sentence. क्या उसको क्या अच्छा लगता है? नाचना. उर्दू जुबान में हम जिसके वर्ड के आखिर में ना, पढ़ना, रोना, नाचना, नून अलिफ ना आता है. Clear? This is the simplest recognition, clear, of gerund. यानी उर्दू के वर्ड की जिस वर्ड के एंड पे नून अलिफ ना आए, that is called gerund. Clear? Here gerund is functioning. V1 plus ing. It looks like a verb, but it is functioning as a noun because only noun or pronoun is your object in a sentence. So here this is an verbal adjective, this is a verbal noun. So we are going to talk about the uses of different uses of gerund, that how gerund is used in a sentence. Let me tell you, gerund could be used as a subject of the sentence. It could be used as an object of the sentence. It could be used after possessive adjective. Sorry. It could be used after preposition. So first of all, gerund used as a subject. Subject. Gerund could be used as a subject of the sentence. You know that your subject is always either a noun or a pronoun. Clear? Definitely it means that your gerund would be functioning as a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. For example, the same example. Dancing is her hobby. Now look, what is your subject over here? Dancing. Why is it so? Why is it a subject? Because subject is something you talk about. एक डेफिनेशन तो यह है कि सब्जेक्ट इज द डूअर ऑफ एन एक्शन. सेकंड डेफिनेशन जो है, जो लेग्वियन कज़ामियन ने की है, वो ये है समथिंग वी टॉक अबाउट, जिसके बारे में हम बात करते हैं. सो व्हाट इज हर फेवरेट हॉबी और व्हाट इज हर हॉबी? डांसिंग. V1 plus ing. But your subject or your noun, we can say your subject, the slot of your subject is always beginning of the sentence. अब यहाँ you cannot start your sentence with an adjective. You cannot start your sentence with an adverb. You cannot start your sentence with a preposition. So here dancing is functioning as a noun. Why is it so? Because it's the subject of your sentence. It is functioning as a subject of the sentence. So dancing is our hobby. What is her hobby? Dancing. Clear? We are talking about dancing. So this is the best example that gerund could be used as the subject of the sentence. Gerund could be used as an object of the sentence as well. Object, recipient, receiver of an action. Now, the proper slot of an object in a sentence is at the end of the sentence. At the end of the sentence. So, let me give you an example. He has clear reading. Like subject, verb, object. Here reading is, it looks like reading. He is reading. He is reading. Here reading is your verb. But here he has, what does he have? Reading. Clear? Clear? Here reading is functioning as an object of the sentence. It means that your gerund could be used as an object of the sentence. Clear? He has what? Clear? Reading. And the proper place of an object in a sentence is at the end of a sentence. Clear? Now, after possessive adjective, gerunds are also used after possessive adjective. Clear? My, our, your, his, her, their. All these are called possessive adjectives. Clear? For example, he objects my seeing him. Now look, you can see seeing, देखना, as I have told you earlier, मिलना, तूने लिखना, मिलना, देखना. So seeing here is functioning as a gerund in a sentence. How is it so? I tell you. He objects. What does he object? Seeing. So here my is your possessive adjective. He objects my seeing, my meeting him. मेरा मिलना उससे अच्छा नहीं लगता. क्लियर? वो मोतरिज है, उसको एतराज है मेरे उसके मिलने पर, मेरा मिलना उसको अच्छा नहीं लगता. So here seeing is functioning as clear a gerund. Why is it so? I have told you earlier that V1 plus ing, but here it is functioning as a noun. Clear? मेरी मुलाकात, मेरा मिलना, it means that मेरी मुलाकात नाउन है. Clear? मेरा मिलना, मेरी मुलाकात उसके साथ उसको अच्छी नहीं लगती. So here seeing is a gerund that is used after possessive adjective. The last, not the least, use of gerund is that it is used after preposition. We can use gerund after prepositions, okay, or after certain words. You can see after certain word. Preposition, for example, let me give you an example. You know the difference between preposition. Dear students, there are certain words after which we definitely use gerund. For example, accustomed to, accused of, habituated of, looking forward to, looking forward of, or for. All these words are, there are many words. Clear? So, look, he is accused of what? Stealing. He is accused of stealing a precious. This word is precious, not precious. Precious. Clear? He is accused of stealing a precious. Clear? Garment. Garment. Clear? Which is worn by ladies. So he is accused of stealing a precious garment. So here you can see that accused of. This is a preposition. And this is a particular word after which we use gerund. Look, accused of what? He is accused of what? Stealing. Clear? So accused of, accustomed to, looking forward to, habituated of. All these words are there in English language after which we have to use this gerund. V1 plus ing. So this is something that I have in my mind to present before you people. We have talked about the gerund, we have talked about the formation of the gerund, we have talked about the disparity and differences or discriminations between participle and gerund. Then I told you different or multifarious clear uses of clear this gerund. Now the last one is I've told you that I give you an example of participle. The last example of participle used as an adjective in a sentence. Participle used as an adjective. Used as an adjective. Now students, V1 plus ing, again participle. You can see that I read an interesting, I read an interesting story yesterday. So, I read an interesting story yesterday. Like here, V1 plus ing. Definitely. But it's telling you something about your noun. That is story. So we can see that when V1 plus ing functioning as an adjective in a sentence. Clear? Because it here interesting is functioning or working. Clear is an adjective. If someone asks you how, your answer would be that is telling you. It is telling us something more about your noun. That is story. So we have to clear understand the difference between clear participle and gerund. When V1 plus ing, it tells you something more about your noun or pronoun. That is definitely your participle. I hope guys you would have understood the concept clear, and I would have been at success to make you understand the disparity and difference between gerund and participle. For more videos clear, don't forget to share and like my channel. I will be there inshallah with new videos, and I hope they would be of great benefit to you. Till then, bye bye. God bless you.